Hey guys, how's it going? Muthurajah here. First of all, I want to wish you all a very happy new year. I hope 2017 has been good to you, and hopefully 2018 will be better. Alright, so I'm finally back with the video lessons, so let's jump right to it. Today I want to talk about my approach to learning jazz standards. Alright, so for me, the first giveaway is in the name, a jazz standard. So there is something about it which is pretty universally shared. Right off the back of my head, the way 251s are used in jazz standards. That's one thing that's shared in a lot of standards. And then the structures, the AABA, AABC, or ABAC, or just a structure all the way down. So there are varying structures, but they are shared in many tunes. All right, so the first thing I like to do when I am learning a standard is just listening. I put away the real book because the real book is a trap sometimes. I know cats. Even I myself have every real book you can think of, fake book, Latin real book, Brazilian real book, like this is so much. But I found I learned the most from listening. Right, so I spend time listening to varying versions of the same standard. All the various versions you can get your hands on. All right? And then I pay attention to the melody first. The melody is what I always try to, I won't say memorize, internalize, just try to keep the shape of the melody in my head. And that helps me, in turn, remember the changes. Now that might seem a little strange because people often put the changes and the melody together. For me, I like to put them in isolation. And the reason I do that is because if you put them in isolation, it's easier, at least for me, to play in different keys. Now that's where most people struggle. They cannot play Cherokee in C because they're so used to the tonality of B flat, but then you move it to C or even B, people just shake. They literally shake because it's such a daunting task for them because they shed 12 keys literally by moving the whole song to a particular key. But if you learn the melody and focus on the melody and move the melody around, that in turn helps with remembering the changes. All right, so listen, melody, and the next one is the structure of the song. Now a song like Girl from Ipanema is an AABA. All right, now that's very important to remember the AABA and then again AABA because a lot of times Girl from Ipanema ends up becoming an AAB. Or even Cherokee becomes an AAB. I've seen some videos of great cats playing where they mess up the form. Now, I'm nobody to judge, but to me, the form is probably the most basic thing you can nail in a standard, And especially as a bass player, you are there to really make sure everybody's together in the form because you have the control to do that. If you decide to go to the B because you actually forgot where you're in the form, it's a bit of a train wreck. All right? So those are honestly the only three things you would need to approaching learning standards. All right. Of course, there is the fact that you need to like the music. You shouldn't learn jazz because it's an educational tool. It's going to benefit you. No, you should learn it because you love it. If you don't, forget about it. Because that was the biggest mistake I made. I was learning standards because I just wanted to learn, and I wanted to play all these hip lines, and I just forgot the whole idea of why I was trying to learn standards. All right. So now, the next thing I want to talk about is the whole ability to play a standard in different keys. Okay, now if you're able to sing the melody in one key, try singing it in a different key and play bass lines or chords to accompany yourself while you do this. If I take a song like, say, Cherokee, it's in B flat. Okay, now I'm going to try to play it in D. right, I'm messing up big time. Let's try that again. All right, now where it gets tricky is the B part. Now, if I look at it from the original key point of view, B flat, and the B starts on a 2/5 in B, right? So let's go to B flat. So the melody is a 9. So now let's come back to D. Right? So I do this if I want to try to get through 12 keys. I don't take the whole song and then try to transpose the whole song literally, or get on iReal Pro and transpose the key. That's the worst thing you can do, honestly, because I am really constantly trying to let the melody guide me. And if I'm not able to sing the melody, man, it just shows that I don't know the song well enough. If I take, say, Girl from Ipanema, now this is a song people usually don't like to play, but to me, honestly, it's one of the more difficult songs to play, simply because of the simplicity and the way the changes move, especially in the B. Tall and tan and young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema, da 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 da. Oh, what I watch her so sadly. How can I tell I love him? Yes, I will give a daddy. Right. Now, if I were to move that, it's an F originally. If I were to move that to B. Tall and tan and young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema was smoking the dancing glasses and fingers and oh, but I watch her so sadly. How can I tell I love him? Okay, now this is where it gets tricky. Oh, I watch her so sadly. How can I tell I love him? Yeah. Major fuck up. I ended up going to D flat. Now, let me go and find the mistake I made. Okay, now I'm not exactly pitching my melodies, but I'm still trying to maintain that motion. So what I realized is, I ended up, after 4 bars, I ended up going a whole step over where I was supposed to go. I was supposed to do the... Sorry, I got in a little coughing frenzy. I had to cut that out. So where I really messed up was in the fact that I couldn't place the melody, which in turn put me in a different spot harmonically. Now, this might seem tedious, but this is seriously one of the best ways to internalize standards. Like, I think right off the back of my head, if I think about it, I probably know about 50 to 100 standards from memory. I might not know them by title, but I know them by melody. I can recall the melody and I can find my way through the changes. So that's the very important thing, melody. And translating the melody to 12 keys and then letting the changes follow that. Alright, so I hope you found this useful. And if you have any questions, suggestions, do comment below. And please do subscribe to my channel for more lessons. And yeah, if you have any lesson suggestions too, you can definitely get in touch with me. Alright, so until then, I'll see you guys in the shed. Peace.